Hey guys, this is Ashley from the South Houston Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make a resume using a template either on Microsoft Word or on Google Docs. And so here I opened up Word, and as you can see, there's templates for a lot of different things, but I'm going to go here and click on resumes and cover letters so we can browse through. And so here you can browse through the different resumes that are available, and the cool thing about these resumes is that they're already made, so all you have to do is go in and enter your information. So I'm going to choose this one called Modern Chronological Resume, and then I'm going to click Create. And so your resume should be 1 to 2 pages maximum. Employers, they usually take 6 to 15 seconds to look over your resume, so you don't want it to be too long. And all the resume templates, they basically have the same information, your contact information, your objective, your experience, your education, and any skills or activities that you have. And some of them are a little bit different. Sometimes the sections can be different, but for the most part, they'll include the four basic things: your contact information, your objective, your education, and your experience. And sometimes these, I've seen them be changed before, and even though this template says skills, you can always change this to something else if you'd like to. Like, let's say you wanted to add a professional development section. You can do that, but I'm just going to keep it as skills, so I like it that way. So your contact, I'm going to go through each section and kind of give you some tips and some questions that I normally see from patrons at the library whenever they're working on their resume, so that will hopefully help you when you're building your resume. So up top you have your contact information, and you want to put your email address that you check hopefully on a daily basis, because I know employers now, usually they will call you for an interview or the next step, but nowadays sometimes they'll email you, like if they want more information before giving you an interview, or maybe even to schedule your interview. So you definitely want to make sure that the email you put on there you check on a daily basis. Let's say, I know here it says LinkedIn profile, but like, let's say you don't have one, you can always erase this. I'm just going to click on it and put backspace. And the same for this. So you are able to edit your template to however you would like it, to an extent. So you'll kind of notice that whenever you're doing your template, that sometimes you like to change something, but it doesn't let you. But I will definitely help you with that, changing as much as you can. And so the next section here is your objective, and your objective should only be one sentence, two maximum. And what your objective will say is it's going to be a detailed description of your desired position and qualifications. So I'll show you some examples of objectives. So you always want to start off, and sometimes your objective will change for different positions that you're applying for. So to obtain a customer service manager position at, let's say, Walmart. So as you can see, I clearly stated my objective. I want to obtain a customer service manager position. So you would write the position that you're applying for here at Walmart. I've seen some objectives where they're not so specific. I usually like to do it specific so they can see I'm clearly interested in that position at that company. And then you want to kind of highlight your qualifications, so you can highlight your experience or your skills at Walmart that will enable me to use my customer service and management skills. Okay, and so one thing that I want to point out is that you always want to focus on what you will provide for the company. and versus writing what they will do for you. And then I usually like to add at the end the overall goal to improve customer satisfaction. So the overall goal of the company is to improve customer satisfaction, to keep them coming back to the store. And so you kind of can look through the company's website and kind of see what their overall goal is so that you can show them that you will be contributing to their overall goals, so to improve customer satisfaction. And that's another thing that I wanted to point out is that you should definitely look at the company's website or even the job description of that you're applying for so that you can make sure that you're highlighting what skills and experience you will bring to the job that they need. And this will definitely help you go to the next step of the interview. So this is your objective. I'll do another one just to kind of show you. So seeking a third grade teaching position at ABC school. So I'm looking for this specific position at this school where I can apply my 5 years of teaching experience and my curriculum development skills. Okay, and so I highlighted my objective. I want this position at this particular school and what I will bring to the company, my 5 years of teaching experience and my curriculum development skills, and the overall goal of the company is of my position to support student growth and success. Okay, so that's your objective. So the next section is the experience section, and this is where you'll write down the jobs that you worked at. And you want to start off with the most recent, and it's kind of self-explanatory. You'll write your job title, but one common question that I see whenever people are working on their resumes is that sometimes these templates, they already have a certain format set up, like that these are capital and that this is green, but maybe you want to change that. You don't want to keep it like the way that it's formatted here on this template. So you can always use this button that's here that's called clear all formatting, and this button will clear the formatting from the template. So if I click on it, you'll notice that the formatting that was there went away. It's no longer capital and no longer green over here. So this button will definitely be your friend when you're working on templates. But I decided that I like it the way it is, so I'll just go back. And so one thing about the experience section is that if possible, you want to include positions you have held which are related in some way to the job you are seeking. You can be creative in this section by describing and emphasizing your experience in the most relevant way possible. So sometimes I like on the experience section to use bullet points. Because you're going to describe your responsibilities and achievements. And you want to always start off with an action verb. So, for example, instead of saying I planned, you would write planned activities. And you want to be detailed, but not too detailed, just kind of so the company sees what you did on a daily basis. So instead of just writing planned activities, I would write planned arts and crafts activities for preschool aged children. And so this is pretty good, kind of stick to the point, but they kind of have a general idea of what I did on a daily-to-day basis. Another example would be volunteered every weekend. Like, let's say this was and your experience, it can be a volunteer experience or it can be a job where you got paid experience. So if maybe this is your first job but you have some volunteering experience, you can include that here. So volunteered every weekend to ensure dogs and cats receive and attention. So they get a clear idea of what I did at that job. As you can see here, the good thing about Microsoft Word is that it will point out if something is spelled incorrectly. So I'm missing a space there. And you can, whenever it has that red squiggly line, you can either right click on it and then it'll give you some suggestions, or you can go here to the review tab and then go to spelling and grammar. And then it'll give you some suggestions here. So it's really up to you what you would like to choose. I kind of knew what I did wrong, so I just need to add a space. So that's the experience section. Another question that comes up at the library in this section, and sometimes it only gives you two experiences, but you want to add another one. So sometimes on these templates, copy and paste is going to be your friend. So for example, if I want to add another experience section, I can highlight this and then I can put copy here, or you can right click and click copy, either one works. And then below you can paste, and you want to make sure that you keep the source formatting so that everything looks the same. And so now you have another experience section. Oh, I need a little bit more space here. Maybe I'll go to layout and then add some spacing after. Okay, and now it looks a little bit better. So now I have 3 experience sections. So copy and paste will definitely be your friend when you're using these templates. The next section is the education section, and you want to start with the most recent. Some things that you can include here are your GPA, your awards, any honors, and you could do a bulletin point style if you like. So you can say 3.5 GPA, Dean's List for spring 2020, and so on. And like, let's say you only want to include one, you can always erase another section, and that way you don't have to include it. Then the next section is the skills section, and there's 2 types of skills. There's hard skills and then there's soft skills. So hard skills are teachable abilities or skills set that are easy to quantify. So that would be like if you're proficient in a language, you would want to include that here. Like let's say you're bilingual in English and Spanish, you would definitely want to include that in this section. Let's say you're fast typer, 60 words per minute. Oops. That would be a hard skill. Let's say you know how to use Microsoft Office. You know how to use PowerPoint, Excel, and Word. So those are hard skills that you develop and you can include in this section. It's really important for you to look at the job that you're applying for and see what skills they require. And if you have those skills, to definitely include them in your resume. There's other soft skills that you can include here, like communication skills, teamwork, organizational skills, and what soft skills are, those are traits that make you a good employee that you can also include in this section. Okay, and then the last section is the activity section, and you can change this section. Like if you wanted to make it something different, you can. I'll just keep it like that. And then here you can highlight any volunteer experience or maybe leadership experience, or maybe you're part of a club. So let's see. Oops. So here I misspelled something. When I right click, gives me the correct spelling. And I just click on it and it'll replace it. And so you definitely want to look through your resume and make sure there's no typos and fix those. Maybe have someone else look at your resume before you submit it, just to make sure that it sounds correct, because sometimes we can pass over some mistakes. Now I'm going to show you how to use Google Docs to access a template. If you don't have Microsoft Word installed on your computer, this is a good way to build a resume. So here I logged into my Gmail, and here they have these 6 circles. These are the Google apps. And after you log in, you can click on that. And then there's a section here called Google Docs. And as you can see here, I already have some resume templates already here because I had already kind of searched for it. But here you can go to Template Gallery, and there's a section here called Resumes, and you can click on one. And then work on your resume just like you did on Microsoft Word. This is Google Docs is free with your Gmail, and of course your Gmail is free. So if you don't have Google Docs or Microsoft Word, I definitely suggest you make it a free Gmail account, and that way you can have access to Google Docs and you can start working on your resume. If you have any questions, please comment down below. And if you have any suggestions of other videos that you would like, or something more that you would like me to include, please comment below. Thank you.